You are wasting too much of your life waiting for the result. You work, but you're thinking about the money. You train, but you're staring at the mirror. You build, but you're checking whether anyone noticed. You start something meaningful, and instead of experiencing the journey, you keep asking, when will I finally get there? That question is stealing your life, because the result is always somewhere in the future. The process is happening right now. Think about a fighter preparing for a fight. For months, nobody sees him. Early mornings, heavy bags, road work in the rain, bruised hands, exhaustion. Nobody's cheering. But that's where the fighter is built. The night of the fight is only the performance. The real transformation happened in the quiet mornings when nobody was watching. That's your life too. The result is only the visible part. The process is where you become the person capable of producing it. And here's the truth. You cannot control the outcome. You can control the work, your effort, your discipline. Whether you show up today, that's where your power lives. When you obsess over results, you give your peace to something you don't control. You become frustrated when progress is slow, anxious when nobody notices, discouraged when the numbers don't move. Eventually, you stop enjoying what you're doing. You turn something meaningful into a constant test of whether you're good enough. But failure isn't proof that you're incapable. It's information. A wrong turn isn't the end of the journey. It's part of learning the road. Think about a sculptor standing in front of a block of stone. He doesn't panic because the statue isn't visible after the first strike. One strike, then another, then another. His job isn't to create the masterpiece in one day. His job is to keep working until it reveals itself. That's how you need to approach your life. Stop demanding immediate evidence. Keep chiseling. Every workout, every page, every difficult decision. It is shaping you, even when you can't see it. And this is where patience becomes powerful. You live in a world that wants everything immediately. Fast money, fast results, fast transformation. But anything worth building takes time. A tree doesn't grow faster because you stare at it. You water it. You protect it. Then you let it grow. Your job is to keep watering the tree, not to dig it up every week to check whether the roots are growing. That's what many people do. They start something, check the results, don't like what they see, panic, change direction, start again, and again. They aren't necessarily failing because they're incapable. They're failing because they never stay with anything long enough. Consistency needs time. So stop measuring your progress every 5 minutes. There will be days when you feel unstoppable. There will be days when you feel like nothing is happening. Both days matter. The disciplined man doesn't only work when progress feels good. He works because he decided who he wants to become. That's the difference between chasing an outcome and building an identity. You don't train only because you want a better body. You train because you're becoming someone who takes care of himself. You don't read only to become intelligent. You read because you're becoming someone who learns. You don't work for applause. You work because excellence has become your standard. When the process becomes the goal, you become harder to stop. No number can define your worth. No stranger's opinion can stop you. You simply keep moving. There is something powerful about becoming obsessed with the craft instead of the applause. A musician practices for years before thousands hear him. A soldier trains repeatedly before the battle arrives. An athlete repeats the same movement thousands of times before the crowd sees the result. The world sees the performance. It doesn't see the repetition. But repetition is where greatness is built. So stop wishing you were already there. You are not supposed to be there yet. You are here. And here is where your work is. Here is where your lessons are. Here's where your character is being forged. The storm you're complaining about may be the exact storm making you stronger. The slow progress may be teaching you discipline. The failures may be teaching you resilience. Don't waste the lesson because you hate the timeline. And don't compare your chapter 3 to somebody else's chapter 20. You don't know what they sacrificed. Stay in your lane. Run your race. Your mission is to become better than the man you were yesterday. That's enough. There will come a day when you finally reach something you desperately wanted. And you'll discover something. The achievement itself isn't enough. The excitement fades. The celebration ends. The trophy collects dust. Then you're left with yourself. That's why the process matters. The result gives you something. The process makes you someone. So enjoy the early mornings. Enjoy learning. Enjoy being bad at something before becoming good at it. Enjoy the small improvements nobody notices. Enjoy the days when you're tired but still show up. Because one day, you may miss these days. You'll realize the struggle wasn't something standing between you and your life. The struggle was part of your life. It was the chapter where you became who you were meant to become. So stop asking, when will I get there? Ask, who am I becoming while I get there? Then go back to work. Forget the applause. Forget the timeline. Focus on today's rep. Today's page. Today's step. Today's battle. Let tomorrow handle tomorrow. You handle today. Because the man who learns to love the process becomes almost impossible to stop. He doesn't need constant rewards. He doesn't need instant proof. He doesn't need everyone watching. He simply works. Day after day. Storm after storm. Until one day, the result arrives. And when it does, he realizes he didn't just reach the destination. He became the man who could. If this message lit a fire in you, then it's time to act. Drop this in the comments right now. I trust the process and enjoy the journey, so that I know you stayed all the way till the end. And you will stop chasing instant results, stay committed to the work, and become the person capable of achieving everything you are working toward.